Agassi prior to his nightcap match in the stadium. Michael.
Al, 19th consecutive appearance at the U.S. Open for Andre Agassi. Is it still new to you? Do you still get as excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous right now. So
Are you really?
Yeah, sure. So we get night match at the Open. It's one of the best places to play, so I'm looking forward to it.
And Robby, playing against Robby, and what you need to do tonight. Final thoughts?
Well, it's the first round, so you need to make sure you find your game quickly against a guy like Robby. He's not going to give me much time to do much else. So come out here, try to fire on all cylinders right from the get.
Great to see you. Best of luck. Thanks, Andre. Al?
Worried there for a second. We'll be right back after the first game. Oh, good. We can turn. And Ted, I noticed that you got the window taken out here. That's very, very strong.
You think you're playing with kids, John?
God,
Come on.
I should have known. You've been here long enough to know.
I was concerned you had done something. I thought we were protecting you up
No,
here.
no, no. Don't blame me.
That was turned out to be just after 9 o'clock here in New York. Turned out to be a nice night to play. And the two come out whacking.
That is not surprising. He hits the ball so clean. I mean, Michael talked to him before the match. It's incredible. I think I heard it correctly. 19 straight U.S. Opens. I mean, that's unbelievable. It's a Connors-like effort. And he'll be mad at me if I'm comparing myself to him, but he is very much in the mold of the Jimmy Connors. They play a similar style, attacking from the baseline, wearing their opponents down. And as his career has gone on, he's shown an incredible desire and will to win, Andre Agassi, like Jimmy Connors showed here in particular at the U.S. Open.
Game, Ginepri.
Oh, Ginepri.
First
good start, holds his serve.
Ginepri obviously has a lot of power. He's going to have to do that consistently and work awful hard to beat Andre Agassi as we just run through some of the first round matches.
Anything really surprise you today?
No.
Agassi to serve.
I don't think so either. I'll tell you one thing that surprised me. Did it end up Mario Ancic?
Well, it was surprising that except if you found out that he's been struggling with injury since Wimbledon. He's had some foot problems, and I think that affected him, not to take anything away from.
Rokas.
Which one? Which Rokas?
Olivier.
Oh, man, these guys, they're incredible.
There it is. Rokas won a third set tiebreak over the semifinalist from Wimbledon. Santoro came back to win the second set from Todd Martin.
Now, I know this is embarrassing to even admit on USA at night, but was it Olivier that won the doubles with Xavier or Christophe?
Is asking the same question today.
I have a hard time telling those two apart, even though they're different height and ages. I mean, it's bad enough trying to figure out to tell which Bob or Mike Bryan, but
Marty Fish, the American, won today, and he will not play Max Mirny. That looked like it was going to be a second round battle, but you just saw Mirny went out today. Would you say is the best part of Ginepri's game, John?
The best part is his strength. I mean, he hits the ball with a lot of power. The problem is Agassi hits the ball more cleanly than he does. Well, that is some get by Agassi. The crowd loves that. He looked like Ginepri's age running down this ball.
That's exactly what you think. This is the legendary work with Gil Reyes. You see it on a point like that.
Ginepri should know better than to play that shot so casually. It's not only that he got there, but he hit a nicely angled ball with some good touch.
Game Agassi.
Anyone that's growing up, Ted, and I've said this before, or anyone that's on the professional men's tennis circuit should watch and study Andre Agassi's backhand. But really both the forehand and backhand. The technique is perfect. Gil must have borrowed that hat from Alex Rodriguez, who I saw was here.
15-0.
Well, Gil Reyes. I remember last year talking to Gil Reyes here, and he said the one thing he and Andre have always talked about is don't limp to the finish line. Meaning, as long as you play full out, and Agassi's doing that. There's A-Rod.
Well, sometimes Father Time can cause you to limp a little bit. But we're certainly giving everything he can to remain as fit as possible. These are the type of shots that Ginepri can ill afford to miss. I mean, he's missed 2 forehands this game. He's got to make Agassi work and hit passing shots. Not give away free points like that. That's what happens. You know, he followed up with a serve that was hit only 100 miles per hour. Agassi just
30-40.
made mincemeat out of that serve.
So a quick break chance for Agassi.
Game Agassi.
And Agassi takes advantage. Early lead for Agassi.
Agassi leads 2-1. First set.
Our first night of the U.S. Open. Well, it's quite a way to get going this year. Serena Williams and Andre Agassi tonight. Maria Sharapova and Andy Roddick tomorrow night. So the Wimbledon champion plays American Laura Granville. That'll be the first match tomorrow night, and then there's a wonderful story. Scoville Jenkins won the U.S. 18 and under boys championship, first African American player to do that. That's what earned him a spot in the draw. Who does he get first round? Roddick. Why not?
Exactly. I didn't hear your verdict, Ted. I'm interested to know about Serena's outfit. Those boots, in particular.
You know what? As I said to Tracy, you've got to give her. She can pull it off, and I give her all credit for that.
You know what it made me think of?
What?
Actually, because I was in the corner when she came on the court, it brought back to mind Vitas. Actually, in Studio 54.
Oh, gosh.
I immediately flashed it. That would have been very impressive there.
Oh, would I give anything for video of that? I thought it was Barbarella for a moment. Bit of a retro look. I know I'm dating myself with that Jane Fonda reference.
That's going back a ways.
But she was not permitted to wear the calf extenders. Take those off to play the match. I'm going to wake up at 2:30 in the morning and laugh about that.
Contrary to popular belief, those boots do not cause shin splints. I've been told.
So Andre puts this away, and he's up 3-1 now on Ginepri.
Well, Andre talked to Michael Barkan about getting off to a quick start, and he certainly has here.
Andre Agassi, since we last saw him, had a chance to present his wife for induction to the International Tennis Hall of Fame. In Newport, were you there, John?
I was up there.
And I just was given today a transcript. I had not heard this before. The speech he made to present his wife. What an emotional
15
moment. What an incredible speech he did.
Unbelievably emotional.
And he ended off, the last thing he said was, "Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the greatest person I have ever known."
$15.30.
It was almost, but not quite, as emotional as my introduction of Dodo Cheney. The crowd's hissing because they've asked for the ball to come back. I mean, we should allow these poor folks the amount of money they spend to keep a ball, shouldn't they? There should be 50 balls out there that are 10 that are 1 game old, 10 that are 2, etc., until the ball change. I'm sure a tennis ball is a lot less expensive to make than a baseball, and they certainly give plenty of those away.
$30.40.
Now Ginepri trying to keep himself together right away. Facing 2 breaks against if he's not careful. Santoro doesn't go away, does he?
That's like David versus Goliath. The height of Martin against just the craftiness. People hate playing Santoro. He's still around.
French Open champion Gaudio has split sets.
It's such a good point.
I tell you, Andre's moving this early, I understand. First night, he's moving wonderfully.
Well, it's cooled off a bit, but it's still humid, so that warms up the muscles quickly. That's good for Andre at 34, which is considered ancient in tennis.
Deuce.
You made a great point. We're setting up the match, John, and that Andre, despite some disappointments this year, won the Cincinnati championship here against the kind of field that you would have to beat to win a slam. I mean, it was an amazing array of top 50 players that he beat in a row to win that championship.
It started with Marty Fish in the first round. Marty retired in the 3rd set of that match. He went on to beat Moy in the quarters. He beat Andy Roddick in the semis. He then beat Leighton Hewitt to win it. Tremendous effort by Andre.
Now Ginepri with a nice save on that game.
Agassi leads 3 games to 2. First set.
Some effort by Justine. Been out for what, 2-3 months, hadn't played. Now she had some type of virus. Was it ever determined what it was that caused her to fatigue? As apparently force her to go into an extended hiatus.
Right. Well, they obviously figured out what, because they fixed it.
$30-15.
You think about how we ended last year with that incredible women's semifinal night, and Justine Arden outlasting Jennifer Capriati and leaving that night thinking there's no way she's going to be able to have enough to win tomorrow night to win the championship, and she did.
Now Kleisers has
30
been
all.
struggling and missed a lot of time this year. Not playing here. Misdiagnosed her wrist problem and eventually have surgery, and she's what a nightmare for her.
Net. First service.
This is loose for Agassi's standards. And he's gone from 30 love, and it's Ginepri with a chance to level his first set. Right on the line. That's the type of point that Ginepri needs to play consistently. And he played that point about as well as he could have hoped and still lost it.
Hawkeye has it land squarely.
I like what he's doing against Agassi on the serve. He's stepping in closer, trying to take it earlier.
Advantage Agassi.
Agassi decides to put a little bit extra on it.
Game Agassi.
Now turn the tables here, John, and when Ginepri serves in like that
Agassi
location, let's see what Hawkeye says. Well, Ginepri was right.
Well, there's a mark down there that he pointed to. And that's a disappointing way to end the game for Robby.
But he's already been threatened, Steve Ulrich in the chair.
15 line.
Ginepri starts with an ace, his third, but overall is his serve one that Andre can do some damage on?
Yes. He's learned to get more pace because he's lifted weights and gotten himself very strong and fit. But he's got a bit of a hitch on it in his serve if you watch this. It's particularly on the second serve, Agassi will be able to take charge.
Now, just as we say this, Andre's had one break, another chance to break. And here comes Ginepri, 40 love. And that's a hold in love. So 4-3. Agassi still up a break.
Leads 4 games to 3. First set.
Court against American Robby Ginepri.
Love 15.
There's that fine line for Ginepri, who's trying to be more aggressive. He's making too many enforced errors on that return.
Net. For service.
I'd imagine the confidence for Ginepri right now is not at its highest.
No, it's clearly nowhere near what it was last year. Pure and outright hustle won him that point. He was out of the court there, made Agassi hit one more shot. And Andre had a wide open court and missed a pretty easy volley simply because it was hit hard. Nice play by Ginepri there, taking a page out of Agassi's book. He's clearly determined to move in closer, and that return has paid dividends.
Close, that was incredible. Now, this is an interesting change. A moment ago, Agassi was poised to go up 2 breaks.
4 games on.
And now we're at 4 all.
That was an infuriating game for Agassi. That passing shot there, he had plenty of time to line up.
And one thing Ginepri has admitted, in fact, even wrote about it the other day coming into the U.S. Open, the thing he's been really working on trying to improve is his volley.
That should be ditto for pretty much every player on the tour. Steve DeVries played some on the professional circuit. He's been coaching Robby. He did get to the semis in Washington, so that's a good sign for Ginepri. Won 3 rounds. So admittedly, why was there a tournament would be my question. Not to take anything away from Washington, but during the Olympics.
Yeah. Because a fair number of players didn't go.
Well, that doesn't mean there should be a tournament.
Yeah.
If they want to make the Olympics a special place, a premier event with the Grand Slams, you absolutely should not have any tournament against it.
30-15.
Of course, 2 of the prominent players we talk about here, Agassi and Hewitt, did not choose to play in the Olympics.
30 all.
In Ginepri's defense, he was not chosen to play. That's annoying when you play a point as long and as hard as that, but perhaps the easiest shot of all, you missed by 4 feet. One thing when you play Andre, you know you're going to be running more than he does. He sees the ball earlier, he hits the ball cleaner, he finds the angles more effectively than almost any opponent. I should say happy birthday to Andy Roddick. Ripe old age of 22.
And one of our longtime USA colleagues, also Barry McKay. Happy birthday to BMK tonight.
And when quoting Barry, that was a huge point for Ginepri to save that break point there.
And guess what? It's deuce. Ginepri's moving pretty well himself.
He's a very fit young man. You've got to give him credit that he's picked up his game when he needed to here. There's a buzz in the crowd because they can sense that this could be quite competitive. On the left that. There's an unwritten rule in tennis that if you can hit that ball, you should go for it because you're there anyway. Don't risk it because he was in a winning position.
Advantage to Ginepri.
The same as Andre there. He was right there and stops the swing because he thought it was long.
Hawkeye says good. Steve Ulrich said good.
Immediately put head down when you make a decision like that. And this is a chance to go up 5-4 and take a lead. It's just very poor drop shot.
Advantage Agassi.
I'm willing to bet he was still thinking about that drop shot right there.
And now all the good work Ginepri's done could hinge on this point.
Game Agassi.
All right, now frustrating for Ginepri. Got back even and then is broken.
Agassi leads 5 games to 4. First set.
First set, Robby Ginepri won 3 straight games, leveled the set, and then was broken. So Agassi now will serve to close it out. Pausing. Just a moment.
Well, at some point, they threw the kitchen sink at each other. I thought it. We're up here, Ted. We had a good view. I thought that caught the outside of the line.
Now let's see.
No, it was wrong.
Andre thought so too. He thought it was out.
There's where that conditioning pays off. You can bounce right back after a long point. Both players breathing hard right now.
But John, do you think Andre can do the 7 matches in 2 weeks?
I'm not picking him to win the event.
15-30.
But if the right set of circumstances took place, I could see it happening. I wouldn't say it's you would bet a whole lot of your savings on it. It'd be worth a gamble, that's for sure.
Oh, well, hustle paid off for Ginepri.
15-40.
Andre had actually given up on that forehand right here that Ginepri hits, but the ball clips the tape. And there's a makeable shot. Instead, he's down break point again. This has turned out to be a wacky first set. It's not a bad play for Ginepri to attack, but he's got to get his feet in place before he hits an approach shot. He just reached and lunged for that backhand. He likes to kick that second serve. He's got to know it's going to bounce away from him there.
Net for service.
Former touring pro Darren Cahill from Australia, who's been Andre's coach the last 2 years.
Advantage Agassi.
point that Agassi wants. And Ginepri denies him.
Yes.
Look where he's standing. That's where Andre likes to return serves. And he didn't let the ball get away from him there. Better footwork. Better result.
Net. For service.
This has been something. No easy points the last few games for both players. Third break point in this game.
That was a surprisingly poor decision from Andre there.
5 games off.
That's about as bad a shot as you'll see Andre hit.
This is
Ginepri's adjustment, which is a good one, particularly on the second serve, is how far inside the baseline he's hitting his returns. And it paid off for him big time in that game. At the moment, these guys are returning better than they're serving.
Love 15.
And a gorgeous moon tonight. Clear skies to see it.
Thought it was supposed to rain.
Yeah, we saw a possibility earlier. But we missed it.
Dodged the bullet.
We missed it.
It's good because this is an excellent first round matchup.
His chance to be a little bit better so far. It has been the same matchup 2 years ago. First night of the Open. That night, Andre won 3-3-3. Obviously not going to be that way tonight.
30-15.
It looked like Andre gave that shot away just in the nick of time for Ginepri.
Well, Fabrice Santoro has come back and now up 2-1 on Todd Martin.
Santoro is seated here 31. He would be slated to play Federer. Certainly a wily veteran. Even better results in doubles. He's proven to be quite a good singles player.
Net.
Could this be the end for Martin if he were to lose that match?
Same age as Andre. Boy, Ginepri hangs in there, so he'll come back under this full moon. Spent a lifetime watching Andre Agassi play here. His first match at the U.S. Open at 16. Played Jeremy Bates. Lost that one, came back the next year at 17, lost to Henri Leconte. In 1988, he made the semifinals at 18.
Net.
And even with the absences that Andre's had from tennis through his career, he has never missed this. 19 consecutive U.S. Opens.
15-all.
Compare that to Ginepri,
15,
who's
30.
only last year broke into the top 100. I'm not surprised that you see Agassi moving closer and closer to the all-time greats.
Yep.
And we have a tough time catching Jimmy, though.
He will catch him if he plays next year. He'd match Jimmy playing 20
30-all.
consecutive Opens.
Who was that player in front of Andre? I didn't recognize that name. Did you see? That ball was right off the line.
40-30.
R. Norris Williams.
It's beyond me.
That R. Do you think if we just put Norris Williams that anyone would have called?
All I know is you'll be inducting him next year into the Hall of Fame.
He's 110.
Game Agassi.
Now, Andre had a set point on his serve, remember, in game 10.
6 games
And
all.
suddenly ends up
Tiebreak.
having to play game 13, which is the tiebreak. Ginepri to serve the first point.
One zero. Ginepri. The ball.
Well, that's for Robby Ginepri. You can see there it's something you've got to desperately improve.
One all.
Well, that play, you pointed this out, John, early in the set. That has worked very well for Ginepri.
Looks like Andre's looking in the mirror now because he's doing exactly what Agassi does to so many opponents.
It's
amazing that Ginepri's first serve percentage for this set is 78%. That's very, very good. He's lost his serve twice.
And now Ginepri's up 4-1 in the tiebreak. Now change hands after 6 points.
4-2. Ginepri.
And Andre Agassi came out. And we always know that he's a fast starter, but he came out moving so well, hitting the ball cleanly. Looked like he had this set in control, and suddenly Ginepri has a chance to win it. And I don't imagine Andre has any interest in losing any sets, not at 34, not knowing what it would take to win this.
But he does have the advantage of knowing that if he were to win today, that he will have a couple days off. He's not going to play again until Thursday, so he'll have 2 days to rest, so he can put out more in this particular match. But he stopped playing. That should certainly get a look of Hawkeye right there. It was very close. That I can tell you for sure. But was long.
Wow.
That's a gutsy move not even to hit that ball.
But John, what a difference. That point, it was Ginepri standing in the court and Andre running back and forth.
You better call that out.
Well, that's what Agassi needed. We got a point off of Ginepri's serve. So now the tiebreak is back on serve. Agassi serves twice at 4-5.
Thank you.
Never going to see a whole lot of reaction from Darren Cahill.
Thank you.
It's two big serves right up the middle. Again, gives Agassi a set point.
6-5. Agassi. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
Well, I'll tell you, that did not look a sure thing at all. And somehow Agassi rallies to win the set. So Andre Agassi takes the first set in a tiebreak. Al Trautwig and Jim Courier will join you when we come back. All right, Al. Jim, thank you. Well, Ginepri just dodged a break point. Serving here at Duke. Well, now he's got an ad.
Advantage Ginepri.
Agassi made a great.
It was incredible
Hustle
play
shot.
to get to break point.
Right.
And the crowd erupted.
Well, good rally by Ginepri.
We were busy, showing the Kiefer Mahous
One game all.
score. We didn't want to miss that.
Well, we're live at night one.
The hell with the best point of the match.
The U.S. Open. And Andre Agassi following Serena Williams. Serena had an easy time of it, not so for Agassi. First set tie break. Now 1-all second set.
Love 15.
Yeah, just watching those highlights of Moya. Thinking about Todd Martin playing next door at Armstrong and thinking, is that probably the best night match in this stadium since our Ash Open? The Martin Moya night? Can you think of one better off the top of your head?
It's hard to, that was electric that late in the evening.
15 on.
Like 2 in the morning with Todd Martin taking a victory lap.
The victory lap was classic. He had that Frankenstein look. We have the full moon. Those bulging eyes.
1 hour on court now for these two. Of course, that was Todd's best year here, the year that he went to the final where he lost to Andre.
30-15.
Well, he was down, you remember, a couple sets and 4-1 to Ruzetsky and came back and won that match.
Ginepri going outside, and Andre went down the middle. Third ace.
What did those guys mean I was off my game? You know what they were referring to?
Honestly, no. You hit today. Did you hit the ball well?
That's how I volleyed today. Good stuff.
On serve early second set.
Back out in the court and play again.
And you eventually, after there was an 18-minute delay there, and you wound up winning the match easily.
15-0.
Two innocent guys.
He took Hammond out of the chair. I mean, and you know, not to defend an umpire, I would hate to do that, but it really hurt Frank and the rest of his career. I mean, he was one of the best out there. That's why he was picked to officiate that match. You can't put a guy in a chair and tell him he's got the authority to do something. Literally beg and plead Ely to keep playing, default him, and then say, actually, you can't do that.
You always remembered. You always remembered that, didn't you?
I sure did.
30-0.
Damn right I did.
How many times did I hear you ask for the supervisor?
455.
Thank you. Ginepri at 30 all now, trying to level the set at 2 all. By the way, we should also mention that it was on this date, 1988 Open. Our colleague Jim Courier and Pete Sampras both played their first U.S. Open matches on the same day. Jim Courier won his. Sampras got baptized in a 5-setter that he lost to Jaime Izaga.
Ginepri bothered by the planes right now. So him step back and he's annoyed right now. He doesn't want to let it get the best of him, and he's playing well.
Yeah.
He's made this competitive. He doesn't want to slip it away because of a couple of planes overhead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that, John. For some of the younger players, this is new. Because we've not, it's been a while since we've had as many planes overhead here as we've had today and tonight.
Advantage Agassi.
Wow, I can tell you something. That ball looks so long, wasn't even close from up here.
Well, I think it will be confirmed by Hawkeye.
I mean, I normally don't. This is your domain, but even I thought this ball was long.
You realize?
I mean, I don't think this is even close.
I think Hawkeye took a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad luck.
Well, I can't blame Ginepri for being. I mean, that looked to be like several inches, not even close. Break point. Ginepri talking now to the linesman.
Advantage Agassi. Game Agassi.
And Andre gets the break. Boy, Ginepri just didn't seem to get straight after that call.
Agassi leads 3 games to 1.
So Agassi now has a set and a break. This is huge for Ginepri now to gather himself. Well, tomorrow in the daytime, Justine and Arden. How about that first round match? Marit Safin and Thomas Enqvist. Lindsay Davenport, who's had a great summer, will be in action. Then tomorrow night, Maria Sharapova, the Wimbledon champion, and Andy Roddick back-to-back here on Ash.
Well, that ball was clearly wide, but at least the linesman said he didn't see that.
Well, that's going to get Ginepri. And again, you can understand Ginepri now saying, how come you saw that one but not mine? Well, there's the reason why he saw that one. That was 6 inches out.
Well, the guy admitted in the
Right.
linesman that he didn't see it. He was on side. Andre was in the way. That's a different story.
Right. And Ulrich forced to make a call.
Ulrich is not known to overrule a whole lot. He has about as many overrules in his career as pulled teeth. I can speak
Saying he's no Jorge Diaz. Is that what
no,
you're saying?
that's right.
40 love.
See, this is where Andre now he has an opponent who's a little bit bothered. Step on the accelerator. And Andre does quickly to 4-1.
Agassi leads 4 games to 1, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Well, I wonder if Andre can look at it that way. To not lose your serve in 4 sets and lose the match.
He can. He's obviously a heartbreaker, but he was one of the greatest matches I ever had the pleasure of commentating. So.
And of course, the most lingering memory of that night was the standing ovation that this stadium gave both of those men as the 4th set tiebreak was beginning.
40 love.
Ginepri was down 4-1 in the first set. Let's see if he can rebound here.
40-15. Net for service. Game Ginepri.
Well, Ginepri first step.
Agassi leads 4 games to 2.
Holds his serve.
I'm not sure why Ginepri chose to stay that far back on the second serve. He's had some success, and he should be desperate right now. Find a way back in this match.
Net for service.
He allows Agassi to take charge of the point.
A reminder that our coverage of the U.S. Open is available in high def on Bravo HD Plus. Call your cable operator or satellite provider to get connected.
He's adjusted quickly and moved back in to attack Agassi's serve. He's won the last 2 points.
Wow, could we see this first set all over again? The last thing Agassi wants. Man, this is amazing. So Ginepri will have a chance to get it back to 4-all.
Agassi leads 4 games to 3, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Andre Agassi, a real frustrated look on his face as he was sitting during the changeover. Thought about 5 minutes ago he was going to have a quick 2-set lead.
Love 15.
Ginepri is fought well here in this match.
He's getting some points, maybe more than I would have expected off that first serve right there. That's 9 aces.
His second serve attackable, but he's improved his first serve, and he's winning some free points now. And that's key against a guy like Agassi.
And he has served a much higher percentage, much higher than Andre has. Well, 2 sets in a row. Ginepri has come back to 4-all.
4 games.
It's going to make his coach Steve DeVries pretty happy. Let's find out. Let's go down to Michael.
All right, Ted, with Robby Ginepri's coach, Steve DeVries, and Steve, Ted noted a few moments ago, it looked like Robby was going to be staring at a 2-sets-to-love deficit. How has he turned this around, second set?
I felt like he lost his focus there for just a little bit, but breaking that last game, he did a good job of getting it back, and it was nice to have a good hold there. So see how this turns out.
How crucial, in your view, is a 7-6 first set tiebreak loss going into a match like this against Andre?
Well, I feel like this set's probably more important, you know, because 2 sets to love down, I think, is a much bigger problem than 1 set to love down. You know, I think it's much harder to come back from 2 sets down. So if he could take this set here, then I don't think it's as big a worry.
What did you tell him about this match? He hasn't played Andre in a couple of years. He's lost both their meetings. The last time was here. How did you coach him?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Andre is, you know, he controls the center of the court so well. And I think, you know, Robby's one of the few guys that can play big enough from the back that he can push him out of the center a little bit. But, you know, the danger there is making a few too many unforced errors. When Robby's cleaned it up well, then he's, you know, held his own here and can maybe get up a little bit.
Finally, muggy night. If it goes wrong, can he withstand?
Yeah, I think he can. You know, I think it's in his favor being younger, you know, being turned into a bit of a marathon.
Steve, thanks a lot. Steve DeVries, Robby Ginepri's coach. Ted and John, I'm sure you've talked about it, but it's probably only 78 degrees, but we're soaked sitting down here. It's very muggy tonight. Back up in the booth.
Yeah, it's
very humid.
Right.
It may explain why he tried to hit that forehand, because it looked like he was trying to swing for over the fence. Hit a home run. I have no idea what he tried to do there.
So Andre with a solid game, holds and love.
Agassi leads 5 games to 4, second set, and by 1 set to love. For play.
Big screens all over. A little buzz here on the first night. Serena Williams and Andre Agassi, and I will be a buzz tomorrow night. Slightly different time, perhaps. Sharapova and Roddick.
15 all.
You know, a really effective changeup in baseball is when it looks like he's throwing a fastball. The problem with Robby Ginepri, when he hits a changeup like he tried to do that last point, you see it coming a mile away. It telegraphs it, which allows Agassi to react before it's even it bounced on his side. He's got to work on disguising that serve a little bit better to keep opponents sort of edgy and off guard, particularly someone that returns as well as Andre.
That's a wonderful point because you don't think about it. The immediate thought we have in the men's game is everyone just bashes all out all the time.
It's good that he's trying to mix it up, but he's got to hide that a little bit better.
Are there tricks? Can you teach someone to do that?
Well, I mean, you're taught as you grow up to try to throw the ball in the same area and hit different serves from the same position. You just hit different parts of the ball. And for example, if you're slicing, you're going to catch the outside of the ball. If you're flat, you're going to hit it head on. And if you hit some top spin, you're going to roll over the ball. But as you're hitting the ball into that very last instant, you're supposed to disguise your swing, not swing at it differently, which he clearly did. He's played a couple loose points here, and he better be careful now.
Advantage Ginepri. Second six.
That's huge.
Andre had him where he wanted him there. He was off balance, looked a little fatigued from all that movement. And he's got himself finally now a set point here in the second set.
Thank you.
Well, a huge game for Agassi.
6 games to 4.
Put a quick end to the second set.
Agassi leads 2 sets.
And now he's in command. 2 sets up. Being threatened in the first set, in fact, was down 4-1 in the tiebreak. Came back to win, broke Ginepri at 4-5 to win the second set. And Andre had a tough game to start this third set, but held his serve. Now Ginepri serves at love 15.
There's very few humans alive that could ever find the angles the way Andre Agassi has throughout his career. And Ginepri tried it there, but didn't get him wide far enough outside the court. And Agassi, again, His technique is so solid. He hit the ball just cleanly right up the line and hurt Ginepri. Ginepri should have won at least 2 of these first 3 points, and instead he's down love 40.
As a player, do you realize what your body language is when you're out there on court?
You certainly realize what it is, but you've also watched players such as perhaps the greatest player that ever lived, at least until this point, in Sampras, who had, was slouching all the time, and you look up and check out the history books, and he did pretty well.
So it's just amazing. You see Ginepri and his body language has changed so much. And that's one thing. For example, if I think about Andre Agassi through the years, I would say he's been fairly consistent. You don't see that from him. You say his pace may quicken if he feels badly, or things are going wrong for him.
That was his tendency in the past, and Ginepri just gave Andre Agassi that game. With a ball like that, when you're down break point and you're nervous and you're desperate, you don't wait for the ball to come to you. You keep your feet moving, because you have a tendency to get flat-footed. And then he saw Agassi moving out of the corner of his eye back to that part of the court and tried to overhit.
So Andre into the stash for some new rackets. To serve the new tennis balls.
15 love.
Well, if body language is any indication with Ginepri, Ted, this match is history.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I mean,
let's hope it's not the case, but
it was the. It was almost like.
Take a seat, please.
Not necessarily the losing the second set, but when he didn't break that first game, he had a chance.
It's a good calculated risk from Agassi, who hit the serve a lot harder, but he went over the lowest part of the net.
For his 7th ace.
So that's less risky than it appears.
40 love. Game Agassi.
Oh, Ginepri's lost it, and he's going to have to try to pull himself together quick to stay alive.
Agassi leads 3 games to love. 3rd set, and by 2 sets to love.
Well, now it's a little livelier. Andre Agassi, he came out with that hop in his step tonight. Ginepri gave him some battle in the first set, and into the second. Now in the third, Agassi looking for the finish.
Got to be discouraging for Ginepri, who's served 70% for the match and has been broken 5 times. You can't leave that much of the court open against Agassi.
15-0. 30-15.
Can Ginepri get to a higher level without improving his serve?
Well, he has improved his serve. I mean, his first serve. The second serve is still a liability. He's working hard, as we've alluded to earlier in the match, about trying to become a better volleyer. He's works hard on his fitness. You can see he's quite fit. He could certainly work on, as I just talked about a few games ago, disguising that serve better. That's certainly something he could work on.
30-30.
He's got to be a little bit mentally tougher and not allow himself to make such easy mistakes.
Well, he came back from 4-1 in both the first and second sets. So feels, I'm sure, unrewarded for it.
In both sets, he started to play harder.
Advantage to Ginepri.
And got himself back in the set. And it's not the type of deficit where you want to give away that much to Agassi.
Deuce. Advantage to Ginepri.
Ginepri with the look of frustration, and Andre just in that hurry up mode. Marches from one side of the court to the other. Now game gone. He just says, give me another ball. And we've got another terrific night on store for tomorrow.
Stop the rock. Stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. We can't stop the rock. Stop the rock. Stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. Can't stop.
And that'll be live tomorrow night. We join you at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And shortly after that, first up will be Maria Sharapova, and then Andy Roddick. Tracy Austin could not wait to tell me tonight how she had called it.
That's true.
She called it. You were there, huh?
I was there. She definitely called it.
Sharapova, we're talking about winning the
Sharapova
Wimbledon
to win
final.
it. To beat Serena in the finals. I wouldn't have picked that.
40 love.
I picked Davenport to beat Sharapova in the semis. I thought her experience would win out. It was pretty close to happening. 6-2, 2-0 break point. It was looking promising for my prediction. Sharapova fights extremely hard. She deserved to win that tournament. Well, that's rubbing it in there.
And back-to-back love service games for Agassi.
Agassi leads 4-1.
Now Andre Agassi 2 games away now from closing this out, and again at this stage for Andre, he's not interested in being out there 1 second longer than he has to.
Well, Ginepri's got him right where he wants him.
That's
4-1.
Love 15.
It's like the Democratic National Convention. It looks like Agassi's got it timed in just before 11. When we're scheduled to go off air. I don't know if the Republicans have done as good a job if they're finishing right at 2 minutes of.
Love 40.
Now this set for Ginepri, I'm sure he'll look back at this try to draw from it in the future to not let this happen. He's just right now mailing this one in.
Agassi leads 5 games
after
to 1.
Playing two very hard sets.
It's too bad that you see this, because that's what people will go away, the memory of this third set more than the first two. You know, seeing him basically throwing the towel these last few games. Really just that last game.
15 love.
Ninth ace for Agassi.
Net.
It's been a year where Andre's had some unusual losses to players we've never heard of before.
After you hit it.
Missed Wimbledon. But you knew that.
Please no flash photography during play. It sets off our
Andre
machine.
would be
No
sure
flash.
that he was ready for this.
Called out. Some effort from Ginepri.
30-40.
He went to throwing a game to, back to digging deep. This would be a surprise break from Agassi up 30 love.
Deuce.
That's a perfect example of how strong he is. He really just flicked that and muscled that up the line. All upper body strength on that return.
Well, so not done yet. Ginepri stays alive for at least one more game.
And by 2 sets to love.
Note to this was Novak. Yuri Novak, 25th seed, won, and that's a potential third round for Agassi.
What did I tell you? 1 minute before 11. Right on cue.
Ginepri's reprieve may be very short-lived here. 3 match points. And that finishes it. Just shy of 2 hours. And a fierce battle in the first 2 sets. Listen to this.
There's a lot of quality tennis out there, Ted, and the crowd loves the fact that year after year, win, lose, or draw, it's Agassi who shows up.
And some connection for Andre Agassi with the New York Knight. Florian Meyer has won the first set from Flavio Cerreta. They're playing right now, and that will be the next foe for Agassi. Well, Andre Agassi and another New York Knight, another win. Here's Michael.
That's how it goes in New York with Andre, Ted. Andre, straight sets, but a battle for you tonight. This was a test, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's never a comfortable first round period usually, and coming out here against Robby, you got to come out here and be at your best right away. I knew he wouldn't let me get away with anything but my best tennis. I didn't serve very well, but I managed to fight hard in a lot of those rallies and won the crucial points.
You've had a pretty good summer. You have a title under your belt. Do you think you've turned a corner and you're ready to contend for this tournament?
Well, I sure hope so. That's why I'm here. Thanks. To really believe you can beat the best guys in the world at a tournament like this, you have to beat them other places. And coming here to New York, I couldn't feel better, so 1 match at a time.
Plus, you got some help from your friends, right?
Got a lot of friends here, and I certainly appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks, Andre. Congratulations. Andre Agassi. Ted?